Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ma'am. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for asking. It's good to see you back. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. I was a bit occupied with teaching my kids because his exams are underway and my little one just kept disturbing and hovering around. Now he's around me so I can have my session peacefully.
Okay, so you're free right now?
Yes.
Okay, great. So, how was your day treating you, other than the part that your kids were, moving around with you? How is it going otherwise?
Yeah, my day is going well. It's amazing. Yeah.
Okay, great. So, what do you
What
want to do
about
today?
you?
Oh, my day is going pretty good. I just came back to my native, so I'm just in the mood of that with my family. So yes, that's how I'm treating. That's how my day is treating me.
Yeah,
Yes.
continue.
So what do you want to do today? Is there any specific topic inside your mind, or you just want to do something randomly?
As I mentioned in the last class, I want to polish my sentence structure and build my vocabularies. So
Hmm.
you can ask some random question and I would try to answer them. If you find any mistakes, some errors, you can tell me.
Done.
Right?
Sure.
Hmm.
Okay. So can I give you a small topic to talk about?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So let the topic be success.
Okay. But I want you to ask some question because I don't know how to answer beautifully.
Yes,
I'm
we
not
shall
able to
do that.
organize. Yeah, I'm not able to organize my thoughts in sequence. Sometimes I mentioned. Do you
Hmm.
remember in the last class I told you I start
Yes.
my question
Yes.
in some
Yes.
other ways and give then end with different ways.
Okay. So you want me to ask you certain questions?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll ask you. So, if you get an opportunity to trade places with somebody, anybody around you, who would it be, and what would you do if you trade places with that person?
Trade places.
In the
Trade
sense, you
places
will be
means
that person for a day or so, if you get the chance.
I didn't understand trade places.
Okay, so trade means being in somebody else's place. Say, for example,
Okay.
you're taking Deepika Padukone. So, for a day,
Mhm.
you'll be Deepika Padukone. So, what and all will you do on behalf of her? As her.
I would shoot a movie and
Okay.
cast myself as an actor.
Okay.
Yes.
And how would you spend your day as Deepika Padukone?
I would explore some places. I have been
Mm-hmm.
fascinated by Switzerland.
Okay.
I have heard a lot about Switzerland, so I want to experience it myself. Like it has
Mm.
snow-capped mountains, breathtaking landscapes, and some picturesque spots. So I really
Mm-hmm.
want to see and become the witness of that place.
Okay. So you would like
Mhm.
to travel around as Deepika
Be-
Padukone.
Because I have only one
Okay.
day, right?
Yes, just one day, 24 hours.
Yes.
But then if you travel around as Deepika Padukone, you will grab a lot of attention, I feel. Because you're a
Yes.
celebrity, right? So how would you handle
Yes.
that?
But I have lots of people around me. I don't know what word should I need to use. I'll have bodyguards. They will handle
Yes.
the audience. They will manage the audience, right?
Okay. Mm-hmm. You needn't say audience as such. You can say they'll manage the people around.
Crowd. Yeah, they will manage the
Crowd
people
is also
around.
fine. Audience is more like a stage. You use audience when you're doing a stage performance. That's when you
Yes,
see
yes.
your audience. Okay, so basically when you are trying to enact something or do something on a stage, you would use the word audience. Right. So, Kusum, I feel that your sentence structure is not bad. It is okay to go with sentence structuring. You're doing a good job. But I think you can reduce your pace a little bit. I feel like
Okay.
in between you were trying to rush things, in a fast way, maybe because of excitement or any other emotion. But I think when you reduce your pace, you will be able to understand where you're going to, and you'll have time to think and answer. It's because you're not able to think and answer, you don't have the time to think and answer, you're making mistakes. You tend to
Okay.
make a lot of mistakes at that time. Right. And vocabulary, when it comes to vocabulary, try to use synonyms. Right. Like, say, for example, if the word is happy, okay, everybody knows the word happy, but there are synonyms for happy, like
Yes.
elated, jovial,
Delighted,
delighted,
excited, ecstatic.
glad. Yes. So there are such, so these are called synonyms, right? So
Synonyms.
instead of using the same word again and again, try to replace it with these synonyms so that you're not changing the sentence. The sentence is still meaningful, but you're using another word, which will
Definitely.
make you stand out. Right. So in order to polish a language or in order to have advanced vocabulary, it's not about using big words or words which are very unfamiliar to people, but try to use less common words. Not very rare words,
Yeah.
but common words or less common words which people know. Some people know. But always, when you speak, get to know your audience first. What kind of
Yes.
people am I talking to? Because if you use advanced language with that, with people who know only simple language, it's going to be difficult for them to understand. Right.
Yes.
So always know your audience before you talk. Okay. Yes. So I'll pose another question. Let's see how you answer that also. In your life, have you had any situation where you felt like you were going under? As in, you were not climbing up, you felt very disappointed or devastated in yourself. Was there any moment like that in your life?
Yes, of course, there are countless moments, but I would highlight a few of them. Before my second one born, I'm still a homemaker. So before 2 years, I thought I don't want to be a homemaker and busy with the domestic chores, laundries, and all that because there is a no designation for that. People take it as a granted, and they undervalued homemaker. So I thought I would do something in my life. Even my circumstances don't allow me to go for a job, but I am working on my English language. So whenever I'll get an opportunity for a job, I would love to grab that job because if I will go for job, I have to crack an interview, and that would be in English. So
Okay.
that's why I'm working. And before 2 years, I was completely disappointed and frustrated. I thought despite having a master's degree in business administration and diploma in software, I'm not doing anything. Once my kids grow up, then again I will be desperate because I haven't done anything. Right? They will grow
Hmm.
up, they will go for a job, and they will have their personal married life. So they are not going to settle down. So that's why now I am feeling refreshing and rejuvenating. Yeah, I'm doing something for myself. I'm grooming my personality. I can see my best version within 2 years.
Hmm.
Now I am able to speak English. I can manage. There is always room for improvement. Yeah.
Yes, totally. Yes. Okay. So in this also, when you were speaking, your main way of expressing it should be in past tense. Right, because you're talking about something that already happened. When you narrated a story or when you gave me a narration about, when your second child was born. So was born. So you used is born. And then there were places where you were supposed to use did, but you used do. Right.
Okay.
So minor mistakes, grammatical. So just keep this in mind. Whenever you're talking about something, okay, whenever you're having a narration, something that happened in the past, you're supposed to use only past tense, nothing else. Unless and until it's a dialogue from the past, which was in present tense, then you can use it as it is. Say, for example, if the dialogue was, he said, you can do anything. Okay. So you can just bring you can do anything just like that and give it in your narration. It doesn't matter which tense it is. Whatever tense you used at that time, that will be used here. Right. So whenever you're narrating something, keep in mind it's always in the past tense because you're narrating about something that already happened. Right. So there's an easier method to do that. I'll tell you how. Whenever somebody is asking you a question, okay, get to know the tense in which they are asking. Say, for example, I can ask you, what did you do today? How would you answer that?
I did do nothing special. I just prepared meal, breakfast, lunch, and I was teaching my kids because his exams are going
Mm-hmm.
on. I was
Okay.
just playing with my little one because she is just 2 years and
Okay.
5 months. I have to
Okay.
engage her in all the activities, otherwise she becomes cranky. So If she
Okay.
gets cranky, then I'm not able to do anything. Yeah.
Okay. Yes. So you answered most of it in past tense, right? Because my question was, what did you do today? At the same time, I can ask you, what do you do every day?
Yes.
What tense would
Now
you
it
answer
should
that?
present and simple present.
Yes. The
Yes.
same question I can ask, what will you do today? So your answer will be in
Future tense.
future
Will.
tense. So that's one way where you can understand which tense you're supposed to tell them. If I'm asking you, can you tell me a situation where you managed to do things, or where you met, or where you got inspired or motivated? So see, my whole question is in one of the other tense, which is past tense. So that means your reply will be in past tense.
Got
Right. So that's an easy way to crack which tense you're supposed to use when somebody is asking you a question. Right. Yes.
it. Right.
So shall we move on to the next question, or you want to ask me any question?
Now you tell me when if you ever had faced any difficulties or situation, you get depressed there.
Hmm. Have I gotten depressed at that time?
Yes.
Okay. So there was a point in my life, especially during my childhood, where I had problems with my academics. Okay. So I was always having a lot of failures when it comes to academics, where my only strength was English, or is still English. So I think there's where I started growing up, because there was a point in my life where all my relatives started mocking me and saying that, okay, she's the only one. I have two siblings, one elder one and the younger one, where I was, seen as the black sheep in the family, where I was not good in studies. So I had a lot of, here and there, I had a lot of problems with my
Comparison.
academic comparisons, a lot of comparisons, a lot of, mockery, saying that, why do you want to make her study? She's not good. She's this, that, and all that. But then at the end of the day, I think I proved them wrong. I took that as a challenge. I proved them wrong, and actually, I was the first person to get a job in my family among the kids. But even though I had elder siblings, elder cousins, I was the one who got a job first before anybody else. So I think that's the moment when everybody turned their tables to, starting not to judge me in that way.
Yes. So I want to learn this way, the way you answered it, right?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, that's
Which
why
way
I
are you
asked you
saying?
this. Yes, yeah, the way you started it, like there was a point I felt like this, right?
Yes. So, see,
Yes.
that's, I'll tell you how I got that. How do
Mhm.
most of the stories begin? Just
Mhm.
imagine. Once
Once
upon a
upon a
time.
time, yes,
Yes. You just have to change the method. Once upon a time means somewhere very back. You
very
can
bad.
also
Yes.
change that into life situations by saying that there was a point in my life where so you're talking about your past. So you have to start with something that can relate to the past. Think like that.
Yes.
Always
If I have
have.
to give this, yes, if I have to give the same answers in present, so how will I start? There is a point.
No, you don't have to say that, because there is a point, it doesn't make sense much.
Distance,
Okay?
yes,
Yeah.
it can use
So
for
if
no
some
past tense.
so if somebody is asking you in the present tense, you can start in any way. So that's why past tense is difficult, whereas present tense is easier to manage. See, if you ask me my daily routine, okay, so I can easily start by saying, I start my day by I start my day by doing this, by doing that. Or you can completely use present tense. I wake up at 7 a.m. in the morning. I get up, I brush my teeth, I take a bath. So on and so forth, like that. So whenever you narration, I'll tell you why narration is very important. Especially, see, you have small kids, right? It's very hard to grab their attention. I think you would have noticed that, especially when studying. Right. It's very hard to grab their attention. One thing I learned from my school days, or from the time that I was teaching in a school, it's very difficult to grab a small kid's attention. You need to do a lot of drama, you need to think psychologically to grab their attention. Right. I'll give you a very good example for that. You're narrating a story to a kid, okay? And you come in and you are very straightforward in your sitting. So, once upon a time, there was a lion, there was a deer, they met with each other, and so the first part itself, they're not interested. But at the same time, you just put in a lot of energy, a lot of drama, think that you're going to be somebody else for some time. Okay, change the whole tone. So once upon a time, there was a big lion who used to roar like, so you get to grab their attention easily if that's
Attention.
the case. See,
Yes.
especially with small kids, as you go to the higher grades, that becomes a mockery. They'll
Mm.
start mocking us for saying like that.
Mm.
So that's why I always say, get to know your audience before you speak. But whatever the case is, you need to grab their attention. If it's an adult audience, or if it's a younger audience, anywhere, the whole point is for you to grab their attention. Right?
Yes, yes, got it.
Yes.
So how can we grab the attention just by voice modulations and some
Yes.
activities, right? We can ask
Mm-hmm.
questions to them,
Yes. Make them engaged in that. Okay.
make them
Make sure you're involving them into it. Right. Another very important point is non-verbal skills. The way
non-verbal.
your facial expressions go, the way your tone, okay, tone is verbal skills, your body language, you know, if it's a larger audience, you should make sure that you are reaching to the whole audience, not just one single person. Right. So for that, 360-degree angle you should maintain. So throughout, you should keep moving, looking onto everybody, making sure that you're giving attention to everybody. Even if you're asking questions, okay, you should not only focus on one side. If you give a chance to one person on one side, try to give the next chance to another side, then give it to the middle. So you're equally proportionating things.
Yes,
Understood?
got
Yes.
got it.
Got it. Okay. Is there any other question that you would like to ask? Or
No,
shall I
no.
move on to the next question?
Yes, you can move on to the next question.
Okay. So, moving on. Okay. What is one thing that motivates you to go forward in life?
Yeah, what I need to say, I don't know. What keeps me going? Nothing keeps me going. I am a self-motivated girl. If I
Yes.
see, if I
Yes.
watch any video on YouTube, it will motivate me just for a short while,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Yeah. So that's why I feel if you want to do anything, you can do. You should have something within. If you want to follow any passion, no one can stop you. But you should have,
Yes.
need to ignite your spirits so that you
Yes.
can do. Yeah.
Yes. So, talking about this also, in the beginning, you had a lot of confusion. You were in a sort of dilemma. You didn't know what to
Yes.
say. But then eventually, when you started with one line, you started getting words. See, the passion.
Yes.
So, that's what I was expecting as an answer. The passion in me is something that motivates me forward. You can take the example of, English. That's something that's motivating you to go
So
forward in
how
life,
could
right?
I have started this answer? How could I have started better?
You can start with the question itself. The thing that motivates me the most in my life is
Okay,
such
the
and
self
such.
motivation.
Or you can start by giving a narration, a story about something.
Like,
Again, you can go back to saying, so there was a point in my life where I was feeling demotivated with a lot of things, where I was very pessimistic about a lot of things around me. But eventually, when I started seeing things in an optimistic way, I started getting motivated easily or slowly. Right. So you need to develop certain things to bring out that answer that you have for the audience. Right. Yes. So is there anything else that you want to say about the topic that I asked you just now, about the question? Do you want to add on to something?
no, I already have mentioned like passion, right?
Mm. Mm-hmm. Bring out your spirits through that passion.
Yes. So what
Okay.
keeps you going?
You're just asking me the same question, is it?
Yeah.
I think I already mentioned about that. I think the kind of welcoming, or the kind of, what do you say for that? The kind of things that I went through in my childhood was
Hmm.
something that kept me motivated. The thing is that for a
Okay.
certain period of time, you feel that you're good for nothing. You believe what people say. Okay,
Yes.
I might not be good in this. Okay, I'm not good in this. You're not good in that. Okay, I'm not good in that. So you start accepting first. But later on, you reach a stage where you start getting fed up with all these criticisms. And that's the point in your life which turns around, and you go back, you think a lot that happened back, you literally have a replay in your life. Was I actually bad in that? That question arises in a lot of cases. But then I think that's the point where I started challenging myself. See if you can do it, try that out, see if you can work on this. I think I started taking a lot of challenge at that time. I started working as a language trainer, and I started building up my skills, and that's when I started getting recognition. Also, I think I boast this about myself a lot because that was the most turning point in my life when I started my career at the age of 22 as a spoken English trainer. I think when I got in, within 4 months, I got promoted as the team head,
Great.
and I started doing a lot of content videos. And I think because of that, the whole judgment or the stereotype that people had on me literally turned to another kind of stereotype, which started, praising me. So I was in a lot of content videos. So then these relatives who told me that I'm not good enough started praising me. See, my relative is in this, she's doing that. So yeah, that was one of the biggest turning points in my life, which I still am blessed of.
Yes, now you're doing a great job. Ma'am, do you teach online or
This is
offline?
the this is the only I used to teach.
Offline.
I Yeah, I used to teach in a school.
Okay, as an
Uh,
English trainer.
no, yeah, as an English teacher. Like before this job, I used to do that, and before that, I worked as a communication coach, like a soft skill trainer, to enhance your skills and all that. I gave training to IT students, software engineering students, where I conducted interviews for them and then helped them to crack interviews. Before that, I was doing my B.Ed, and even before that, I was working as a language trainer, a spoken English trainer.
Okay. So, do you have a YouTube channel?
No, I worked for that company and I did content videos for that
Okay,
company.
okay for that.
Yes.
Okay, that's great. Yeah.
Yes. So, how is your YouTube channel going?
It's going well. It's going well. It has been four. It is, I think, around 4 months. I haven't
Okay.
completed four. Yeah, it's growing, but pace is low.
Yes. It'll take time, I guess. Right. That's how things work.
Hmm.
Right. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So, do you have any other questions, or else we'll wind up the session?
No, I don't have any question.
Okay. So, I hope you were satisfied with you learned something from the session. It was not
Yes, I have.
blabbering session by Reshma. I hope so.
Okay, blabbering means.
Blabbering means where I keep going talking buck 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 buck.
Okay. No, it was really amazing session. I have learned a lot of things from you. How can I start the question? I will
Yes.
do it practice. Yes. So next time you can ask lots of questions from me, right? I would try to answer it
Done.
in a best way, like
Done.
right.
Done. So we'll focus more on question answer is what you want, right?
I think that is the best way for me. You can
Okay.
suggest me.
Cool, 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 cool. I'll look up to something. We'll do some activity also in the time.
Yes, yes. You can do activities related to vocabularies as well.
Yes, we'll do that. No problem.
Oh, okay. We will focus on overall
Yes.
sentence structure, right?
Done, done. I'll come up with a few words. Let's see how we can crack that on.
Okay.
Okay,
Great.
thank you so much. Have a lovely day ahead. Take care.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Bye bye.
Bye bye.